Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's going to be general collective readings. Please remember to take what resonates and toss the rest. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. I hope everybody's doing okay. This is Aries energy. It's very, very triggered. So keep that in mind as we do the reading. Yeah. I've run into quite a bit of, what do you call it, aggression as of late. So, I understand where everybody's coming from. Alright. So, right off the bat, what I'm feeling here is prosperity begins. And somebody from your past is suffering because there's some kind of union or prosperity coming in for you, and they're upset about that. Definitely upset about that. Look at that. Understand that's a them problem. Like I said, this is Aries energy. So this is the Emperor, and stand your ground. Be your boss. No matter what anybody says or does, stand in your authority and walk on by. There's transformation happening right now, and it's, you know, it's the Ace of Swords, so it's the truth. And some people don't deal with the truth very well. They, instead of dealing with the truth, they misrepresent it, or they manipulate it to try to suit their own needs. Empress energy moves on. They don't even look back. They move on into the light, away from this energy, because frankly it's gotten boring for the Empress at this point. You can choose what to do with your sacral chakra. You could celebrate it. This is your creative spark, your creative energy, or it's also your schmexual energy, so you can choose what to do with it. Party, or create something. Use it to create something, which is what I chose to do. But you know, you do you, boo. Everybody does their own thing here. Balance is the destiny. That is the destiny. 1110. So balancing out this energy is what you're destined to do. It's what you're supposed to be doing. Because there's all kinds of unbalanced energy out there, and you have to try to keep yourself in check while this is going on. And trust me, I know it's difficult, but that's what you're destined to do. Speak your wishes into existence. This is the time to do it. Okay? Write it down. Let the universe know exactly what you want. Get very clear about exactly what you want. And watch it manifest like a miracle. But make sure it's what you want. And if you don't know what you want, throw some ideas out there. Because it is time for material harvest, and it is time for prosperity. But you must be in a state of mind of rest and rejuvenation. Don't do it from scarcity, and don't do it from being all out of whack. Because if you're all out of whack, you might mismanifest, and this material and spiritual prosperity will accommodate you. Also, Aries energy, that is 6 of Wands. Charge fast into your crown. Let, like I said, with that Emperor and Empress energy, that is being crowned by Jupiter, basically. So this is Cancer energy with Chariot, and going into your crown energy and letting the sunshine in. Alright? Choose wisely on the disruptions you allow in your life. Because you are creating every single moment. So choose wisely on what to pay attention to. This is your life. This is your thoughts, your feelings, your things. This is what's going on in the world. It's chaos. Nobody knows how to handle this energy because it's very, very direct. And Aries energy sometimes rushes in without thinking. Use your critical thinking at this time. That's what you should choose. Don't hope for it, make it happen. Because if you hope for something and you put that energy outside yourself, hoping that someone else will fix it, it will lead to emotional loss or 5 of Cups. Make friends with your shadow. Say, I know you're not perfect, but I love you anyway. Everybody makes mistakes. Love that part of you anyway, even if you made a mistake. Alright? That brings in harmony. It brings in peace within. So you can harvest that firm foundation if you don't have it already. Some of you are already there. Because like I said, there are people trying to hurt people right now on purpose because of this Aries energy. They are acting without thinking. And there's going to be 6 planets by Wednesday. So, 6 planets in Aries. So, like I said, be very aware of what you're manifesting. So whatever heartbreak here that someone may be trying to cause you, you can walk away from it. Don't allow it to get accelerated. Just Queen of Swords it, 8 of Cups it. Alright? And then you'll be aware of the positive movement forward in your life. And sometimes new beginnings come from solitude. Like I said, if you put it outside yourself, you'll never find it. With patience and planning comes the recognition and reward. So, patiently plan your moves. Don't act unless you know or you got a good idea of where it's going to lead. So you can recognize and reward yourself. There's a lot of this going on. People trapped in relationships, and this is also addressed right now. People trapped in relationships and alliances that they don't want to be in because, for one, they're not true. It's like misery loves company type energy. Try to stay out of those situations if possible. I know sometimes you can't avoid it. Conflict. And lots of people are dealing with material and financial changes. But instead of letting it defeat you, let it ignite you. Let it light that fire under your ass. If it's a bad financial change or a material change, let it light a creative fire under that ass. And create new ways to feel abundant. There will be people who are attempting, like I said, to break your heart. You might even be tempted to break other people's hearts. Or tempted, not attempted. Wait. Wait till this energy passes, because you might feel differently later. Alright? Those who are trying to do it to you, walk away. Because they might feel different later too. The wisdom is the 8 of Cups, that ass. To emotionally withdraw from anything that is not serving you. That is the very wisest advice I can give in this reading. Yeah. Lots of people are bored with their current situation, which is your base chakra. And that's the fear that's being shoved down your throat daily. People are very discontent with that and bored of it, because it's gotten to the point of ridiculousness to where it's so obvious that it's like, really, again, today, what are we gonna wake up to today that's gonna try to scare us? That's kind of the energy I'm getting from this. And if you look at it that way, instead of looking at it like, oh my God, you'll find that your base chakra becomes more stable. And if you don't know about chakras, on Anya's Tarot and the Law of Time, which is my other channel, the one with over 400,000 on it, there is a live stream called Ma Dragon Shark's Jedi Chakra Class, and it will help you balance out the energy if you don't know how to balance your chakras. Okay, it's on a list of live streams, so check it out if you need to. Like I said, patience is needed at this time for your spiritual well-being, for your physical well-being as well. That's both the spiritual and the physical. Okay? That's tying the bridge from the physical to the spiritual. Like I said, wait for it to pass. Because you don't want to make a move that you might regret later. Or, like I said, there's going to be lots of other people who are going to do this in your energy. And it's not for you to decide for them on how to act. It's on you to decide how to react. With patience and planning comes power. So you can have victory and success over your foundations and achievements, your home, your mind, your heart. Alright? The universe wants you to use your intuition, your higher knowing. Instead of following the crowd, follow what you feel intuitively to be true for you. And it doesn't have to be true for everybody. Just what's true for you. As long as it's in integrity, you ain't hurt nobody, they ain't nobody business what you doing. Like I said, there's movement, choices, and decisions, and there's definitely conflict and defeat here. because others are going through that, so they are lashing out, and that is called projection. So this is kind of duck and weave, bob and weave type energy. Move like water, be the rock that sits in the middle and just lets it flow around it. And don't try not to be conflicted about your willpower. You got it on you. This is your solar plexus chakra. So it is blocked by, I think this one's blocked by shame. I'm not sure. You'll have to look at my charts. I have them in my community tab. But don't be conflicted about what, like I said, your willpower to overcome, because you can. If you really look at it, I mean, if you really take a step back and look at what's going on, your third eye, which is blocked by illusion, will see the truth of your situation. Do not sacrifice your light for others who are projecting on you. Like I said, I've been dealing with it just in the general public, so I get it. And just be aware of your energy, and don't let anybody take your will of your intuition, where you know who you are and what your truth is. Because in love, there's going to be lots of obstacles and challenges, especially in relationships. 7th house energy. I'm going to get you a Hidden Realms for your advice, and that will be your reading. The Fire Prince and the Sisters of the Season in reverse. So that's Challenger, and the Fire Prince is your ally. So this Aries energy is your ally, but you have to see it for what it is. Alright? It'll give you the drive that you need to keep going. 111. I keep forgetting that this is a very specific message, and it's always on the page 111. And right now, I can see that it's very specific for this time. But it's your ally, not your challenger. It's your ally. So it's aggression and optimism. So optimism. Okay, so whoa, we're strobing out here. Here we go. So this says, as your ally. When the Fire Prince arrives as your ally, he lets you know that he represents the invisible forces behind all manner of manifestation, and he brings you the gift of optimism. You will be rightly inspired to move forward and take confident and assertive action to reach your goal, envisioning the paths of the highest good with an optimistic outlook. The Fire Prince also brings you the gift of a miracle. Things come together as if by magic to create the reality you seek. You have every reason to be hopeful. Move forward, knowing that you have everything you need and more. Like I said, this is what I'm talking about. Just remember to share the enthusiasm, believe in others, and be optimistic for them too. And your good fortune will multiply. And if you can't be in the same realm with these people, then don't be. Because, like I said, there's lots of people out here who are trying to hurt other people on purpose, because sometimes that is their purpose. They don't know any better. It's like being stupid. I can't explain it any different way. They don't. It ain't. Forgive them for not what for they know not what they do. They're stupid. Kind of energy. And Sisters of the Seasons is your challenge. This is not rushing something. So let's read this. It says, the Sisters of the Seasons send you a warning that you're trying to jump the gun and go from winter to summer without paying heed to spring, or skip from summer to autumn. Moving too quickly, looking for shortcuts, and artificially trying to prolong a hoped-for result will not yield what you desire. There are no shortcuts, and it's time to rethink your plans. All four sisters are nature's cherished daughters, and all are important. Be careful of the difficulties they force you to endure when you try to trick them away from each other. Better to let nature take her course. Her daughters will be very happy, and so will you, if you let them express themselves in order. Wow. So, trying times, but you can't overcome as long as you don't try to take the shortcuts and the easy way like a lot of other people that might be around you that, like I said, they try to hurt other people. It's like crabs in a bucket trying to climb over other people to make their point, but it never works out that way when the dust settles. All right? Well, those are your messages. Take care. Bye for now.